I thought I refereed the game well, but there was a questionable yellow card. Should I have given it? Should I have not? That caused a little bit of aggro at the start of the game. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to match day. So today we've got a step 3 game, the first one of the season, so one step below the National League South. So I think it's the 6th tier of English football. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good game. The idea today is work on a new style of positioning, so stay tuned for that. It's a long way away. We've got to leave the ground early, so out for my pre-match walk as always, before the heavens open. When we get there, we're going to deal with our positioning, we're going to analyse it, and then we're going to look into it. So hopefully it all goes well. Pre-match walk, clear the head, get some music on. Pre-match meal, which is going to be my usual mushrooms and halloumi. It's very straightforward. Pack the kit bag, because it's the last thing I do. And off I go. I've got a few new things to try in the kit bag today, but I will talk through them as and when they come out. So stay tuned for the end. And if there are any questions about my pre-match, drop them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, let's get this day underway. So we're in Tesco's and the big question is, what sweets do we get? I think I'm going to go wine gums today, but let me know in the comments what sweets that you pick for your assistants, if you have any, or your half-time snacks. Hello everyone, so I am just packing my kit bag. It's one of the last things I'm going to do. Here it is, all the kit laid out. If you want to know what I pack in my kit bag, there's a video going to be linked here that contains everything that I pack in my kit bag for a match day. It's the same for both a middle and a line. I have everything ready for me, but the new in the kit bag today is I've bought these, which is High Fives Zero electrolyte sports drinks, but the difference is that these have extra caffeine in it, because I found that I was getting like a 70-minute slump, should we call it that, in terms of like not physically, because I keep myself physically fit, but mentally in terms of sharpness. And you know, the research suggests that caffeine helps with focus, so I'm going to give these a go. I also do have the gels as well. I bought these as well. This is not paid promotion. I bought these from Amazon to see if they help with this slump kind of thing and how I react to them. I don't want to take both because I'm quite caffeine sensitive, but I'm going to give these a go and I will let you know how they are. But they are going in the kit bag today. But time to pack up and get ready to leave.
You know that I love you, baby. You know that I love you, baby. You know that I love you, baby. Oh, oh, oh. You know that I love you, baby. You know that I love you, baby. You know it's time. Oh, yeah. Baby, baby, baby. Oh, oh, oh. Baby, baby. You know it's time. Oh, yeah. You know that I love you, baby. You know that I love you, baby. You know that I love you, baby. Oh, oh, oh. You know that I love you, baby. You know that I love you, baby. You know it's time. Oh,
Hello everyone, so game is done. Interesting game. I thought we did well. 606 there, which is always great. Sholing versus Poole, 0-0. I'll put my stats in the corner here. You can see I've run quite a bit, which is nice. Game itself, there was a turning point after about 12 minutes where a player went in for a late tackle. It was kind of like, in my opinion, just late, and he wanted a yellow card and then decided to get kind of vengeance and then committed a reckless foul and was like, they're the same, but they're not. But we can hopefully analyse that and see whether he had a point or whether, you know, my gut feeling was correct. And then that led to a couple of decisions where, one, for delaying the restart after 17 minutes because he threw the ball away. And that's really important that we stick to our guns with that. You know, the FA have made it clear that we won't be tolerating this participant behaviour. So you know, it was really important for me to do that. I think, you know, it makes it easier for the person in front of me, and it makes it easier for the person next after me. If we're all doing the same thing, which is if it's deliberate and impactful, then we must caution. Overall, very successful day in the office, I think. Tough game to start with, then we had to kill it within the first 10 minutes as well and really get a hold of it, make sure that we had our chests down, we were big and brave and bold. So, you know, so far so good. Now I'm going to go home and recover. So for my recovery, I'm going to use those robot recovery legs, which is good. Do some stretching, get on the bike for a bit. You know, all the good things to make sure I'm set up for a recovery run tomorrow. And then I'm off to the NFL. So that'll be nice to unwind before picking this up with my coach on Monday, because that's important as well, that, you know, we give ourselves time to reflect, because I'm obviously very self-critical now about, you know, positioning was better than last time but needs to improve. So, you know, for us, it's about taking the day, breathing, and then reflecting when you've had all the facts. So that is my plan for the next couple of days.
You know that I love you, baby. You know that I love you, baby. You know it's time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another analysis video. This time we've got my first step 3 game of the season, which I was pretty buzzing with, which was Sholing versus Poole Town. Very happy with that. I thought I refereed the game well, but there was a questionable yellow card. Should I have given it? Should I have not? That caused a little bit of aggro at the start of the game. So I'm going to analyse it now, as well as another couple of other things as well. So let's get stuck straight in. So, obviously we always start with my favourite part of the vlog, which is where I get to show you how far I've run and my stats. So I've run 11.85k here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cautions dotted all around the middle of the park, which is roughly where you see them. Heat map wise, you know, quite nice. The second half was much better in terms of patrol path. I think you can see more box to box here. Loads of sprints. You know, I worked hard in this game. Weirdly, I find these games, the higher up the levels you do, I find those games a little bit more easy. For the simple reason is that you can predict play a little bit more. The players are slightly better, so you can see patterns of play before they're happening. You know, we speak a lot about football intelligence. It's something I've banging on about a lot in these vlogs recently, but it's one of those things that if you can see the game happening in front of you, for example, Poole Town are playing a back 4, so they'll go across the back line and then over the top, and you can get yourself in the right position at the right time always, and you wouldn't have to necessarily work that hard. This is why Premier League referees are ranging between like 9k and 15k, because sometimes naturally the pitches are bigger, they have to work really hard, but sometimes they just read the game so well they don't have to work really hard. So yeah, that's my fun fact of the day for you. Come on then, let's get into the good stuff. So if you don't have REFSIX yet and you are enjoying these vlogs and you are a referee, download REFSIX today for free. It's like the world's best referee timer. It's what I use in all my games. I use it for a notepad, pen and paper, especially we're coming into the winter months now. No soggy paper. But if you do have REFSIX already and you want to try the video replay tool, there's also a link down in the description as well where you can get 20% off REFSIX, so you can try the video replay tool as well, because analysing our games not only helps us get better as referees, but for me it validates how I feel. So this questionable yellow card, it enables me to close it off in a little box, put it to one side and be like, yeah, okay, well done, you got the decision right or you got the decision wrong, which could happen, and then from there we can look at how my process changes. Do I need to change the process for whatever reason? Or was I in the right position? So these kinds of things we can break down as well. So opening up the video replay tool, I'm going to select the file, and here it is. So as always, we're starting in the opposite half. I don't have to explain that again. If you are new here, go back into a couple of previous vlogs, and you'll understand why we stand in the attacking half, not the defensive half. Obviously, I'm giving my assistants the correct. Yeah, let's go. Nice thumbs up. Let's get ready to go. This is the first decision. This is the questionable yellow card that we brought in, that it sets the tone of the game. We're 9-10 minutes in here, and we want to make sure that we set the tone, because we don't want to set it too low, and then make sure that every challenge is then a yellow card, and we don't want to set it too high where players are then going in really hard and still maybe fair but borderline, and everything becomes a 50-50 and it makes life really difficult. So that's the struggle as a referee to start the game. What do the players want? What do the players expect? And how they play in football is what you have to consider when making all the decisions as well, because we want to make sure that our tolerance matches what they expect. Obviously, in most cases, if it's a reckless foul, it's a reckless foul. But I'm just saying, like, it's not just about yellow cards, it's about fouls as well. Like, are they expecting contact, what we call expected football contact? Are they supposed to be there? Are they not? You know, are they using too much of their arm? These are the questions that run through your head in the first 15 minutes of a game. So it's really important, like we said, we're always on it and we set the tone and make sure that we're consistent through it as well. So you can see Sholing are playing the ball around really nicely, and this is what makes it easier for us to dictate play. So yeah, Sholing still playing the ball. Here it is. This is actually the first contact. For me, they're shoulder to shoulder. I'm in a good position to see it. I'm slightly ahead of play, which is okay. This is something I've been working on with my coach, to be in between the midfielders and the defenders, or the midfielders and the attackers, depending on which way you look at it. And that's exactly where I am. I've got a good view of it. You can see I'm not ball watching. I'm looking straight at the decision. And he's gone down. And I've given the free kick straight away. And for me, maybe I'm a bit blasé here. You can see I'm kind of shrugging my shoulders, whatever. Maybe that's not the attitude. He is definitely not happy about it. For me, I think it's just a foul. And it's, trying to calm everyone down. We don't need to hype everybody up. It's just, I'm literally commentating. It's just a foul. It's just a foul. It's what I think. They wanted a yellow card. So this then sets expectations early about what we're talking. What do the players expect? What do you expect? So again, what we've been working on is like making sure I'm looking after the player. And I don't need to be in that situation and being drawn into this. So that's what I'm trying to do. There's anything bad and untoward being said here. I'm trying to get away from the situation as well. So this is all the things that's going on. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to think about. For me, it's just a foul. I'd like to know your opinions. Looking back at it, I still think it's just a foul. Like, I don't think it's anything more than that. I don't think we need to. There's nothing in the game up until that. Do we need to be there? I think I do well here to get myself out of the situation. I don't need to be in and around him. I ask him to go off because it's not a yellow card. But yeah, so then I give this as the first yellow card of the game. There's a foul that goes in for a player. Corner comes in. It's all scrambling around a little bit. Good positioning here. I think the 19 has quite easily made a foul. He's pulled him down. He's won the ball. I've given my positioning wise, I feel like I'm really good. I feel like I'm in a good spot here. Blowing the whistle quickly. He's not happy about that. Now here you can see he's got the ball and the 7 is trying to play it quick. They've made an effort to play it quick and he's thrown the ball away. And then there's an incident happen here. He's tried to get the ball. There's nothing. It's just a talking to. But for me, what I've done is I've cautioned the 19. I've now got to make sure, luckily I'm on top of this. I've got a yellow card out. I'm diffusing the situation. What I've done is I've shown a card to a player on the floor. That's not what we want to do. We want to bring them up, make sure that they're, facing us, keep cool, calm and collected. But I've reacted really quickly here. So process-wise, I just need to chill out a little bit. That's really important for me. And obviously, because if I'm just showing a player a yellow card, it can inflame the situation. And then from there, you don't get that opportunity to, what we say, like player manage, use footballing language with footballers. They're not going to understand, or they're not going to want to hear, that's expected contact, that's footballing contact, neutral holding. They're not, these words that we learn and talk about in our groups, they're not going to know that. Have you deliberately impacted the restart? They don't care. Mate, you've delayed the restart, it's a yellow card, yeah? They don't care. That's what they want. They want to be told quickly and in as simple terms as I can. And that works. So just remember who you're talking to and what you're doing at the same time. With your assistant, you can say, yeah, it was deliberate, it was impactful, he delayed the restart. Everyone goes, yep, I've got it. With these guys, they don't learn about that week in, week out. They just want to know if they've delayed the restart. So yeah, process needs to be a little bit better here. So like I said, rip me in the comments. I think it's important for me to learn and grow as well. Now, what I'd like to do with players is I always like to find a way to player manage. Like I said, Players weren't necessarily that happy. It was a strong first half. So what you can see me doing before we've started the second half, when there are still managers going across, there was a substitution happening. What I do here is I go over and speak to the skipper that got fouled in the first half that thought it was a yellow card. And you can see we're having a good conversation here. I'm quite literally saying, the first half was the first half. I can understand why you might feel annoyed. I'm going to look back at the footage, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think I'm right in this situation. But I'm more than happy to admit I'm wrong, because these things happen. We're not going to get every decision right. So I spoke to the captain because I didn't want to lose him off my side. And it's important, you know, for me to have him on my team for when, you know, other incidents happen. So I said, look, we're going to write off the first half. Let's just start again, talk at this level, and we'll get on just fine. And he was really receptive for that. So this is like the little bits of management that we can do to get players back on our side to help us with our overall context of the game. Because the second half ran much smoother. You know, once I allowed players to see what they were expecting from me and I was expecting from them, we allowed the game to go, and it became a really good end-to-end 0-0. It went really well in the end. So, you know, overall, really good stuff. So the last thing we're going to look at is the yellow card that I lost the captain in the first half. So we've spoken about man management or player management, and now we're going back to where I lost him. So here we go. The ball comes bouncing around. I'm in a good position here. There's a strong challenge that comes in here. No contact made, so I've got no issues here. I've done well to get out of there. And then there's a lot going on here. I think he's tripped over the ball here. Is there a foul come in? You can see this is the player that thinks he's just been fouled, is unhappy with the first foul that he thought was a yellow. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. And for me, he's just sort of made a reckless foul here. I've done really well positioning-wise, I think. So there's a lot of credit here. So the difference is now I've got a quick yellow card again. Maybe, maybe not. They want to play quick, but I've told them no. So I've cautioned him, and he's unhappy with it because, like we go back to the first one, he thinks it's exactly the same thing. I think they're two very different fouls, and I tried to explain that, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you just have to accept that sometimes you're going to speak to them at certain points. You can see us having a chat with it. I try and have a chat, but it gets to a point where you have to have a chat and say enough is enough, go back. I'm more than happy to have a chat with most players because it's important for them to see my side of things. But, you know, at a point it becomes enough is enough. But you have to understand the difference between dissent and frustration. Here it's just a little bit of frustration, but I've seemed to have calmed everything down. Staying cool, calm and collected is really difficult in this situation, but you as a referee have to do that. But like I said, the game went really well. I was really happy with my positioning, and actually it showed there. I find that I naturally do better with bigger pitches. So for me, a bigger pitch means I've got more space to run around and, you know, be in those like little pockets of gaps and scan a little bit more. But yeah, an eventful game, my first step-free game of the season. I really thought I stepped up to the plate and did really well. And, you know, both teams wanted to play football, so it makes my life a little bit easier. Difficult first half, but because we've managed it well, the second half becomes easier. We worked hard in the first and got the second. But I'd love to know what your thoughts and feelings are of this. You know, it can be a little bit difficult. But thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you at the next REFSIX vlog.